That's for everything.
How many parades does one town need in a year's time? This is Calvin Castine. We're at the downtown area of beautiful downtown Mooers, New York. It's Labor Day, and we're here at the E.F. Drown Funeral Home steps for the annual Labor Day Parade put on by the Mooers Fire Department and EMS squad, and a whole lot of other folks who help out. This is the third parade in the town of Mooers this year. Every year in the first week of June they have the St. Anne's Bazaar Parade in Mooers Forks that first Sunday in June, and then this year the big Bicentennial Parade, 200th anniversary parade, and it was spectacular. And I wasn't able to be here that day, but my old faithful sidekick Judy Castine, my wife, was able to be here and tape it. And we're looking forward to another one on a very pleasant Monday morning here in September, early September 2004. And of course, on the microphone for the third time this year on Hometown Cable, the irrepressible, actually he's been on more than that because he was at the closing ceremonies of the Bicentennial, now held at the nearby camp meeting ground, but for the third time on a parade, it's Mr. Bob Supernaw. We'll be listening to him, and Edith over here will make sure he stays on the straight and narrow. Looks like Chris Boris is also doing his part to keep Bob in order over there. Last minute changes in the parade lineup, and Bob has to know this stuff so he can be talking about the one that's going by, not the one who's supposed to be going by at that particular time. There you go. Looks like he's ready. The moment we've been waiting for, Mr. Bob Supernaw.
On behalf of the Mooers Fire Department, we would like to welcome everyone to the Mooers Fire Department 45th Annual Labor Day celebration. A reminder of some of the events being held at the fire station today. We will be having our annual garden tractor and ATV pull, our annual chicken barbecue, tug of war competition, and new this year, a karaoke competition. Also, don't forget to purchase a raffle ticket for the drawings, which will be held at the station around 6 p.m. Please join us in prayer by Reverend Al Johnson. If you get a chance, read his t-shirt. I love it.
As real men pray every day.
Good morning. It's a grand and glorious and sunny day to come together. Let us please be in an attitude of prayer and thank God for our community and for His presence with us. God, we thank you that you have given us the gift of community and have shown us how to stick together no matter what. We have felt your presence as we have celebrated 200 years of oneness as neighbors in Mooers this year. Thank you for those who are here this morning and for those whose presence we miss, yet have helped to make us who we are. Thank you for blessing us with a chance to come together in celebration today, and for all the hands that have made this parade and the day's events possible, especially the firemen and women who give so much for their community. Thank you for showing us that we each have a part to play. May we always feel like marching and rejoicing when we join with our neighbors in Mooers, be it in play or work, knowing that all things are possible with your help. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. Beautiful job. Please, everybody, take a look at his t-shirt when you get close to him. Our judges today are Orville Netto, Jeff Menard, and Joanne Menard. Jeff is a parts salesman at Dragoons Farm Equipment. He's a town justice in Mooers, and he's a part owner of trophies and awards. Orville, 5th grade school teacher, Mooers Elementary, plus town justice Mooers. Joanne, secretary to the superintendent of schools Beatmantown Central School District. Now, I just added something here. Let's give Calvin a big hand. He's always here for us.
All right, here's the big hand.
This event will be next Saturday on Channel 24. Thanks, Calvin.
You're welcome, Robert. Be watching.
Okay, now our national anthem will be performed by CD of Rick Castine.
Oh, Mad Dog's gonna sing.
Why do we have to stand up? Well, my dad.
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Don't know how they fit Mad Dog in that little box, but he did a good job.
Orville says play ball.
He didn't really say that. Bob said that.
Okay, we have a couple of minutes here. We're waiting for those people to come around the corner. So if you got any stories, tell each other one. I want to hear one.
Maybe a little further walk starting this year than in past years. They're starting them up by St. Joseph's Church. We used to start them up on Route 11, and while they were lining up the parade route, people would zip by, and the parade officials figured it was just an accident waiting to happen, so they've taken the lineup route off Route 11 and moved it. So we're arriving here shortly before 11:30, so they've been walking for close to half an hour already, those who are walking. Sheriff's Patrol leading the group. Labor Day 2004, a bright, beautiful Labor Day, temperature approaching 70 degrees at parade time. We're expecting lots of sunshine, and Hurricane Francis will not arrive until later in the week. You had the opportunity to watch the cable news channels over the weekend. All you saw was Hurricane Francis, Hurricane Francis, Hurricane Francis. I think what happened was they geared up for a level 4 hurricane, and then when it was downgraded to level 2, they had all their people in place, so they kept broadcasting it. Obviously it was a very wet hurricane, and anytime you have 100-mile-an-hour winds, you're going to have a lot of damage.
Again this year, Clinton County Sheriff Department is leading our parade. I got Dave Favreau. Is Dave driving that vehicle?
Yeah.
Must be.
That's his arm, I recognize.
There's a glare on that windshield. I can't see the driver, but
I recognize he's got 5 fingers.
Thank you, Dave.
Remember that well. He has 5 fingers, and there's the sheriff.
The next vehicle in line is Citizen of the Year.
Aha.
But I don't know if he's bashful or not. We may have to give this award to the driver. Early in the morning of May 5th, 2004, a fire destroyed the barn and then gutted the Davison Road farmhouse at Robert Baines. A neighbor pulled 5 nearly unconscious young adults from the burning house. The 5 people inside escaped only because of the heroic acts of their neighbor, Kurt Sample. He awakened by his dogs around 1:45 a.m., Kurt noticed the blaze and immediately dialed 911. Worried because he had seen several cars at the Vanes house that night, he grabbed a flashlight and rushed down the road on foot to the burning farmhouse. He banged on the door, but received no answer. Undaunted, he pushed his way through the door and found a young man and pulled him out of the house. The young man, a friend of the Vanes from Florida, told him there were others upstairs. Kurt returned to the house, crawled through the thick black smoke, and awakened the other adults, young adults in the house. To quote Kirk, "I couldn't see a thing. I crawled up because I couldn't see." The 4 people rescued, Carrie Garrett of Moores, Brittany Jarvis of Moores, Forks, and Shane and Jason Vanes, were dazed when he found them, but quickly revived after they were pulled from the burning structure. "I think they would have all died," he said. The flames were burning through the roof. The Moores Volunteer Fire Department arrived just a few minutes later. "It was full of black smoke," said Garrett, recalling her confusion when Sample shouted her awake. "There were flames coming through the walls. It was terrible. I was so scared. As soon as we got out, it all lit up." Jason Vanes said he's sure Sample had saved them all. "He pulled us out of the house. I was nearly out from the smoke inhalation. It was so close. By the time we got out, the flames were already in where I was sleeping." Kirk, a local carpenter, modestly insists he did nothing more than anyone else would have done in similar circumstances. "Well, Kirk, your friends in the Moores Fire Department and the entire Moores community would like to thank you for your heroic deed. It is our pleasure to announce that Kurt Sample is the 2004 recipient of the Albert N. LaFountain President's Award and Grand Marshal of our Labor Day Parade. Thank you, Kurt."
And Kurt is not here. Well, Jane Dubray is driving and she's going to accept it, but I don't know if Kurt is just too shy or what happened here. Jane Dubray gladly accepted it, but it's unfortunate that someone who does
Here comes a
that
lot of
much
familiar
isn't here to be
faces.
recognized in person.
Look who's driving that Kubota. Okay, we have Jack Dragoon, Supervisor, Rudy Miller, Councilman, Harry Gagno, Councilman, Eugene Bushy, Councilman, Ruth Plausick, Town Clerk, Dick Morris, Highway Supervisor, Sam Trombley, Legislator, Celine Paquette, Legislator.
She must have fallen off the wagon.
Entry number 5, Moores Fire Department, Chief. Oh, okay, we have the Fire Department Color Guard.
Color guard. Take off your hats.
Entry 4A, Fire Department Color Guard. Now we have the Moores Fire Department Chief, Ron Boyce. Okay.
AMS coming through with candy.
And the rescue squad for all the fine work they do.
That's Uncle Rainey's grandchildren.
Truck number 257 is a 1996 Brawn Ambulance. Next is a 1992 Chevy brush truck.
Yeah, this girl came prepared. She can even keep track of how much she's got with a see-through purse.
Next we have a Chevy squad truck. It's a 1991, number 253. is a Pierce pumper tanker. It's a 2002, number 254. A Pierce pumper tanker.
No sirens. That's what we like to hear, the sound of no sirens. Run the lights. They keep those sirens for actual emergencies. They don't need to be blaring through a parade.
The next one from Mooers is a 1991 Pierce pumper, number 259. Another Pierce pumper.
A lot of Pierce pumping going on here in Mooers. Look out, put the brakes on. Whoa, look out. Oh my goodness, we're going to have a 3 Cub Cadet pileup here.
Gerald Roberts has antique tractors following the fire truck. Gerald Roberts, antique lawn tractors.
Tony should be pedaling that little one there. Couldn't get it, couldn't get the motor started.
You're in good shape. VFW Post 1418 float. VFW Post 1418.
And a handsome crew. Wait till the truck stops. Stanley Lapierre leading them in the salute.
Good job, Stan. I recognize most of those guys and gals.
Who doesn't?
Of course, they're all younger than me, so.
I forgot, we were the same age.
Good job, guys.
1418 and Shazy Legion, post
Okay, this
769.
vehicle's for the VFW and the American Legion.
The neighbors to the north.
Next we have the Hemingford Fire Department.
Hemingford.
Chief Steve Haber, a 1989 Chevy brush truck driven by Danny Hadley, Lieutenant.
Hands across the border, as Leo Letourneau used to say. Whoa, they're throwing out big gobs of candy here.
Here
Big
comes the Ford
gobs
from
of candy.
Riley Ford.
There's Gerald with another tractor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. 5 new ones.
One dead tractor.
And 1 dead tractor.
They got the whole, have you driven a Ford lately, singing crew here, throwing out the candy. Jenna waving to her fans. What does that sign say? Oh, have you driven a Ford lately? They ought to be singing it.
I get my extra.
Riley Ford, fine supporter of hometown cable.
Entry 9A is a 1931 Model A Ford, driven by Floyd Bursey. 1931 Model A.
Deadeye, Floyd Bursey. Legion, I'm
Real
assuming,
good shape.
VFW Post 1418, also a fine supporter of hometown cable. Now this, I've been told, came from Isle of Mott.
This truck is called Buffalo Red. It's a 1944 International Harvester fire truck. Yep, they call it Buffalo Red. Owned and driven by Chris Trombley, Clinton County Car 4, and dedicated to past and present members of the Niagara Hose Company No. 1.
Our friends in the Champlain Fire Department.
Champlain Fire Department Chief Bruce Marcombe. Now this one here is number
Tell you, the
146.
units are close together today.
E1 pumper tanker.
Parade's going to be quick. These units are right on top of each other here.
And next is number 142 is a 2002 Chevy brush truck.
Let's all be racing to the
Champlain.
chicken barbecue. Champlain came out in force here. It's nice to see Champlain supporting their neighbors.
Champlain Fire District also has a utility vehicle. Number 148 is a utility vehicle. Lazy Days campsite float. This float was put together by Lazy Days campers depicting a relaxing day at a camp.
There's a mighty small camper in the back. Made for a mighty small camper.
Little camper on the back with an awning. Good job, good job.
If you're lazy, you know where to go. You've got a miniature license plate. How about that?
Our good neighbors from Altona.
The Rock
Chief
Runners.
is Alan Mitchell. Number 103. It's a 1994 New Lexington pumper tanker.
Altona Fire Department. And limo service. Don't fall out of the limo.
Entry number 14, Campbell's limo service of Mooers is available for all special occasions. Birthdays, anniversaries, proms, weddings, concerts. They will take bookings 24/7. We never close.
And just for the future marchers, we'll have something to step in. They've got some horses.
David Gay's first here. He's riding a horse called Wrapped in Cash. And Ashley Gay's riding one, Wrapped to Impress.
Our aunt and uncle are judges here. We know who's going to win this now.
Mandy's riding Amigo. He's a Mustang.
Oh, frozen pops there. Frozen pops. Get them while they're hot.
Entry 15, Mooers United Methodist Church float. Reverend Al Johnson, a float showing our commitment to fun, exciting programs to children of God. Yes, please.
Another color guard from Rouse's Point.
Rouse's Point Fire Department Chief Brian Pelkey.
Looking good, looking sharp.
Looking good, guys.
See, I told you, Bob agrees.
This is a Stephen pumper. Did I pronounce that? Stephen pumper tanker, 2004. Wow.
And it's got all the bells and whistles. And lights.
The next is a 2003 utility vehicle. Montgomery Hose Hook and Ladder Company, Ross's Point.
Another fine
To the
supporter
rescue.
of Hometown Cable, James C. Smith and Son.
Smith and Son here with a van. Oil heats best. Smith and Son, Champlain, New York. Heating, oil, and service.
Support our local businesses. And they need help. These guys
That's
are right next
residential
door.
and commercial, 24-hour burner service.
Right next door. I'm going to come in from out of town to come take care of your needs. James C. Smith and Son. Good community members and fine supporters of Hometown Cable. There's the Peterbilt.
Now we have the Peterbilt, Champlain Peterbilt. And guess what? In the green truck we have Andy Menard, just got engaged to Tracy Upton. Did you hear that, Andy?
Fine looking Peterbilts. Don't get run over a piece of candy. All the comforts of home. Except for cable TV. Up near the border, Champlain Peterbilt road service.
Entry number 20, Sample Lawn and Garden. Sample's Lawn and Garden carries a wide variety of new and used lawn and garden equipment. From manufacturers like Toro Wheelhorse, Simplicity, Steel, and Massey Ferguson, to new this year hardware. Pickup and delivery available. Your one-stop for all your garden, lawn, garden, and hardware needs. Samples Lawn and Garden, Route 9 in Chazy.
U.S. Border Patrol.
Let's have a hand for our Border Patrol.
Wave the siren, bud.
Keep up the good work.
District 3. This is a big ladder.
District
here.
number 3, Fire Department Chief Greg Purnell. Pierce Aerial, 359.
I hear some bagpipes are coming. Nice big
That truck cost
truck.
$600,000.
Ouch, $600,000. The ladder is included, I'm sure. Hey, the orange julep is coming. Hawksby's Pumpkin.
Entry number 4 is Hawksby's Pumpkin Patch Float. It took over 25 years but the Hawksby family finally has the biggest pumpkin we've ever seen. Since the late 70s, Kenny and Myrtle Hawksby and their family have been growing and selling pumpkins and gourds on their family farm located on Route 22, just 1 mile south of the village of Mooers. They plan to harvest this year's crop in just a few weeks, so come on out and visit the Hawksby Pumpkin Barn for all your baking and fall decorating needs.
The
Next we have
bagpipers.
the Bagpipers of Canada. The Bagpipers of Canada.
Of Canada. Wow. Stick around and play a tune for us. The tractor and the driver are the same
hired
age.
this old man with the overalls to drive this McCormick Dairy. Corn cob pipe, straw hat, got the works.
Leon Menard, just as old as that tractor is. Dragoons Farm Equipment, another fine supporter of hometown cable. And look at this nice old tractors. I'll bet they'll park these on the grounds and everybody will be able to take a closer look.
1932, 1923, 1916. Wow.
Great collection there, great collection. Look at that one. It's a beauty. And we got some more lawn and garden equipment. Cub Cadet, Kubota, and a pug. Let's get this all-season four-wheeler. Take the family out for a ride. That's a unique-looking little vehicle.
That Kubota right there is 100 horsepower.
Good way to pick up chicks with a new tractor. Women love tractors. Now look at the energy this young fella has here.
Oh, Chris Orlov's getting his exercise in here. Chris Orlov, Assembly, our New York State Assemblyman, the Assistant Minority Leader.
George Christian Ortlov.
Thank you. Wonderful parade.
Thanks for coming, Chris.
It looks like they're taping the parade for him. There's a farm all with, see, I told you it's easy to
David Gay
pick
is
up girls.
driving a 1954. David Kaye driving a 1954 Farmall Super C tractor, celebrating its 50th anniversary, owned by the late Raymond Revenue. Raymond's two brothers, Donald and Gilbert Revenue, restored the tractor in 2002. This tractor is being driven by Raymond's son-in-law, David Kaye. Looks good, Dave.
Nice green bale of hay behind him. It's like the folks from Shazy have made it. I always like to see who's
Mike
driving.
Cahoon is the chief of the Shazy Fire Department. Let's see, truck number 151 is a 1996 Pierce pumper tanker. The chief is Mike Cahoon. Entry number 30 is the Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts of the USA was founded back in 1912 by Juliet Gordon Lowe in Savannah, Georgia. It was later established and organized here in Mooers in 1953. Recently, the girls have been learning about the past and how our ancestors lived and traveled back in the 18 and 1900s. The girls are wearing old-fashioned bonnets. Well, I thought they were supposed to be. Anyway, those are the Girl Scouts.
The nuns are coming. That'll be good. Did you ever see that? Did you ever see that?
Alright, the Girl Scouts. Brownies.
Nice job, young ladies.
Brownies and chocolate chip cookies and whatever else they're called. The Girl Scouts. Oh, this thing. Oh, I saw this thing a couple days ago.
Entry 31, Parker Chevy Pontiac.
You get an extra $46,000 you don't know what to do with. This is a good way to spend it right here. It's a truck, believe it or not. That's a truck.
I think that car has a Corvette engine. I'm not sure.
This is a truck too. Ellenberg Depot.
The SSR.
You got a full load in there.
Number 32, Ellenberg Depot Fire Department Chief Richard Manor, driving a 1981 Chevy pumper tanker. That's Jamie and Son in the truck.
The go-kart.
Leo Miller on a go-kart.
Driver has his helmet on. Or is the passenger's helmet? Huh?
33A 962 Army Reserve Pierce fire truck.
Oh, green fire truck from the Army Reserve. Different. I don't think I've seen this before. Well, a life-size G.I. Joe sitting right there in the back. Oh, it's those singing nuns again. Everywhere you go, they've even got banners now. They've got everything. They've got some nunettes.
We have the Swinging Sisters coming up the road here. Since their debut act at the St. Anne's Bazaar in June of this year, they haven't stopped swinging around the North Country. While performing during the Bicentennial Parade, they landed on the front page of the Press Republican the following morning. Since then, people can't seem to get enough of them, asking them to perform at various functions, including family reunions and an RV rally in Virginia next summer. Flyers are available with information if you would like to book this fun-loving group for your upcoming event. Dates are going quickly, so don't hesitate too long. The Swinging Sisters are here today to share their interpretation of the Sister Act 2 hit song, Dancing in the Streets. Performing today are Whoopi as alias Sister Diane Menard, also the Mother Superior Bev Leverton, Sister Paula Ashline, Sister Tanya Berry, Sister Jennifer Ashline, Sister Nancy Rebideau, Sister Christine Snide, Sister Diane Favreau, Sister Mary Elizabeth Frank, Sister Mary Frank, and our little nuns in the training are Sister Courtney Leverton, Sister Courtney Rebideau, Sister Taylor Rebideau, and Sister Amanda Talon. Start swinging, sisters.
Alright, Sister Act, Mooers style. Strike up the band. A little traveling music, Ray. How many Mooers officials does it take to run a CD player? Apparently more than 3.
Ernie,
Is the mic on there?
you have to sing yourself.
They have to sing it themselves. Uh-oh. Don't go away.
What number?
They're going to provide their own music right out of the trunk of that car. Nuns, you know that slogan, be prepared. That's their slogan.
Come on now. Get money. Come on now. Get up off that thing. 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 On now, around the world, are you ready for a brand new beat? Summer's here and the time is right for dancing in the street. Running through the Chicago street, running New Orleans street, in New York City. Oh, music, sweet music, music
Dancing in the street.
Thank you to the Swinging Sisters. God bless America.
I'd love to walk 3.5 miles in my red high heels. Hey, we got
Number
this,
35, Don
T-bucket.
Alberto, the 1923 Ford T-Bucket. Street Rod.
I got us a T-bucket. He gets to watch the Swinging Sisters
1923
for an hour at a
Ford
time.
T-Bucket.
Morrisonville. From all the way next door to Gordy Little.
The fire chief from Morrisonville Fire Department is Darren Seymour. This is engine 261.
And another Morrisonville.
Followed by the brush truck 264 from Morrisonville.
And some more horses.
Go ahead. Oh, yeah. Vicky Drown is riding Dude, and Audrey Gillette is riding Dreamer. And Sarah Fair is riding Misty.
Alright. The three saddle mates. Oh no, that's a different group. Hey, looks like Bernie's here. He's showing he can walk.
Bernie Bassett is a candidate for assembly. Bernie Bassett is a lifelong resident of our community who recently retired from his position as elementary, let's see here, elementary
Principal, Northern Adirondack.
Yeah, well, what was he, a principal? Elementary principal in Northern Adirondack and Ellenburg. He is planning to serve his North Country friends and neighbors in the State Assembly as our next assemblyman from the 114th District. He believes that he can do more for the North Country and provide better representation for
Champlain
us in
Telephone
Albany.
Company
He is
going
here
by.
today with his wife Betty and son Adam. Good luck, Bernie.
The Outback Riders sure like to make
Happy
noise.
birthday to the U.S. Army. And okay, we had Champlain Telephone Company for here for over a century.
I can't imagine a more noisy group, but there's only one guy doing all that noise, one or two doing all that silly noise.
Those are the Outback Riders.
The rest of them can stay, but the first two ought to be out back somewhere else, making that noise, scaring small animals in the woods instead. Slow down there, Sam. Sam Fairchild.
Sam Fairchild, a rare 1961 Ford. Wait a minute here, this is a different one.
Just
Right
can't-
here's a F1 Ford F100 unibody pickup,
Yeah.
restored also. Replica 1929. Oh, there it is.
That's a
Mercedes
replica.
convertible kit. Car built by him in 1988. Now these other cars are all vintage cars. We don't have much information on them. They came in later. First one's a Chevy, then a Dodge, then it looks like a Plymouth and a Chevy.
I know Mr. Misek's here with his Dodge. That first one was looked like an El Camino. Is it a Dodge or Plymouth, or what is this? That young Mr. Hulbert? Yeah.
Charlie's car, Plymouth Fury 2, 3.
That ain't
Fury
Charlie's
3.
car. Don't try to fool us. We know that's not Charlie's car.
This one is a 63 Chevy.
There's a 63 Chevy. When I was a senior in high school, that was a brand new car. It's held up better than I have.
Rescue hose number 5. Chief is Jim Cobb.
All the structure fires in the mutual aid area. Rescue hose number 5.
This is
Dedicated
called the air
crew.
truck because they fill the air bottles for the firemen.
And now it's in the garden tractor pull.
Entry 44, float pulling vehicles that will be performing on the grounds today starting at 1 p.m. by Dan Tragoon.
And I got some Boy Scouts.
Troop 37, Mooers Boy Scouts.
Oh, there's Boy Scouts. Can't see the truck, it's so well camouflaged.
Okay, we have the boys and the Cub Scouts here coming through. Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts led by Rick Rivers.
There we go, more scouts on parade. Oh, wait a minute, this is not a Boy Scout here. Pulling that wagon, they're not gonna fool me. There they go.
Oh.
The Scouts.
Casey's. Mooers Casey Auxiliary assists and supports the local Knights of Columbus in meeting some of their spiritual, financial, and social endeavors. Also donates annually to the local needy organizations such as Clinton County Christmas Bureau, holds annual blood drives, clinic for the CVPH, and this past year provided some gifts for the residents at the Cedar Hedge Nursing Home in Rouse's Point. Our float represents the 7 continents, and one of them, North America, has a history of helping at one time or another all the other 6. Let's take a moment now to reflect on our continent and our involvement with Iraq Freedom, where as since March 2003, 1,000 American troops have paid the ultimate price, their life. Freedom is not free. Our America has changed, as you can see, by the young women on the float, who symbolize the soldier in the reserves, waiting to serve her country in combat zones. No matter what your beliefs are concerning this war, let's support our troops. They deserve it. The song of the Voice of Freedom says it all, and will now play.
Some fire departments didn't get the memo about no sirens. Looks like we're trying to get our tape player to play again, our CD player to play again. We have to get those singing nuns back.
I want a world where I can speak and know that I'll be free. I want a world that's full of love, where kids are taught that God's above. I want a world that way, where mom and dad feel a beautiful place. I want a world just like America, like the USA. Perfect is not, it's the best thing this world's got. Oh, we're the voice of freedom, we're the voice of America.
sure is a long song.
I want a world that's full of love, where kids are taught that God's above. I want a world that doesn't fight, where moms and dads build beautiful fights. I want a world just like America, like the USA. 'Cause you know, perfect is not, it's the best thing this world's got. Can't even now. Perfect is not, it's the best thing this world.
Alright,
Thank you very much.
that's a Columbus Auxiliary. West Shazy.
West Shazy's coming up next. The chief is Tony Gillilly, engine number 331. West Shazy Fire Department, thank you. Sample Lumber Company from Mooers.
A couple classic vehicles here.
Lee Provost driving a 1974 Torino.
Orange Torino. Followed by Studebaker.
Following is a 59 Studebaker. The Silver Hawk. Entry number 50 is the NCCS Cheerleader Squad. Northeastern Cheerleaders.
Yeah, they got their own CD player. The World Champion Cheerleading Squad here. It's not just any ordinary cheerleaders. These are the World Champions. So brave that they will perform on the tarmac.
I'm scared.
Alright,
Good job, good job.
CBAC Champion Cheerleaders for 2004, Northeastern Clinton Central School.
Hey, Kathy.
Good, how you doing? Next we have Big Blue.
Here comes Big
from
Blue.
Peru.
From Peru. Big Blue, Peru Fire Department Chief Courtney Tetral. Next we have Lion Mountain. Let's hear it for Lion Mountain. Engine number 241 from Lion Mountain.
They didn't get the memo. When's Jeff going to get this car fixed anyway here?
Mooers Forks Auto Repair. Jeff Morlock. Let me hear that horn. That's cool.
Needs a little drift stand to clear that congestion up. Hey, Massey Harris.
1949 Massey Harris 20, driven by Brenda Doyle. 1949, Lassie Harris, 20.
They got a dog. A seat warmer.
Right on there. Snides Buildings. He builds storage sheds, custom built storage sheds of all sizes. Snides and Mooers Forks. Custom built storage sheds.
Hey, state troopers have a pickup
Entry
truck
number 58 from the New York State Police
and a rollover
is a
car.
demonstration rollover vehicle. If you want a good ride, get in that baby.
3 turns and you're out. They put the dummy in there with no seatbelt on, and they turn it around, and you see how quickly in a rollover you end up outside the vehicle without your seatbelt.
1926 Studebaker, owned by Bob Dragoon.
26 Studebaker.
How old were you, Bob, when that was new?
Bob Supernal was just a baby when that car was new.
Morrisonville, 401, Morrisonville Ambulance.
Hey, it got separated from the rest of the
The
Morrisonville.
EMS. Very, very valuable people.
And double county sheriffs at the end there.
Thank you to the Sheriff's Department. We need you around.
Double county sheriff.
Thank you for attending our parade and a
And the
reminder
parade.
of the events taking place behind the fire station all afternoon long. See you on the grounds. Thank you for showing up.
Well, that wraps it up. The Hometown Cable's coverage of the 2004 Mooers Labor Day Parade celebration here. 2004 Labor Day Parade. A fun time was had by all. Thanks for watching, and for those of you supporting viewer-supported local television, Hometown Cable.
And which was a big hit for Dolores Van Carter, witnessed her monster boyfriend kill an employer. She is then